So you think Pacquiao Mayweather 2 is going to happen? Are you as bullish on the idea of a fight between Canelo Alvarez and Triple G? Do you think we're ever going to get that fight?
Yeah, I think Canelo's going to fight on what is it? Made it Cinco de Mayo. He'll fight somebody, whether it's Gabe Rosado or somebody. Gabe gives everybody a good fight. I don't mind Gabe Rosado because he comes to fight. Now he's got ferocious Fernando Vargas training him, so I'm sure he's going to be a little bit better. What do you call it? But Canelo can fight any middleweight out there. Canelo's a star. Quick hands, good power, makes 160 easy, has no problems with the weight, does everything right. You hit him on the jaw and he hardly flinches. So, Canelo will be there. He'll find a decent opponent for May the 5th. That'll get him ready. And after that, Triple G is the word. He'll fight Triple G in the fall. No questions. I mean, he'll make a lot of money. Everybody's going to buy the pay-per-view. I'll buy the pay-per-view.
And you'll be there.
I'll be there, but I'm going to buy the pay-per-view. It's a great pay-per-view fight.
Because I think some people were concerned.
It's one of the best middleweight fights. I mean, think of all the great middleweight fights. Carlos Monzo, Nino Benvenuti, Emil Griffith, Vito Antuofermo, Marvin Hagler, Vito Antuofermo. The great trilogy, Tony Zale and Rocky Graziano. You can watch it on YouTube. All 3 fights ended in knockouts. Start thinking about all the great middleweight fights in the history of boxing, and I'm telling you that Canelo Alvarez and Triple G is going to rank right up there with the great middleweight fights. There have been a lot of great middleweight fights. Benny Briscoe, Marvin Hagler, just to name a few in recent times.
I think some people were worried, I don't know what they were basing it on, that Canelo Alvarez is going to end up ducking Triple G and fight somebody else. But you don't think that Canelo's going to avoid that?
No, Canelo never ducked anybody in his life. He'll get, what's his name, Chepo, the butcher, the former butcher, had a butcher shop his whole life to train him, and he'll get himself ready without question. Those guys, Chepo and his son, they're incredible trainers. They virtually live in your house. They cook your meals for you. Those guys have done such an incredible job with Canelo, and they'll do an incredible job with Canelo once again. And the question is, has Gennady Golovkin ever fought anybody anywhere near as good as Canelo? A lot of people criticize Gennady for fighting opposition that's not that good. The truth of the matter is, who in God's name wants to fight Gennady Golovkin? So I mean, like for example, now we got a situation. Gennady's got a date in March on HBO, and where the hell is Danny Jacobs telling everybody he wants to fight the best in the world? He don't want to fight Triple G. If he did, he'd be in the ring at Barclays Center. What's it, March the 23rd against Triple G. It'd be a great fight. It'd be a chance for Danny Jacobs to achieve real greatness. And how about the American Cancer Society? They would jump all over that fight, saying, look, one of our guys, a cancer survivor is in a ring with Triple G in a sold-out Barclays Center in Brooklyn. It doesn't get any better than that. And do you think Danny Jacobs is standing on line to fight Triple G? Like hell he is. If Danny had real guts, he would have signed the contract already. If not, sign it tomorrow, because Harold Lederman says he should sign it. It's the fight that the world wants to see. So, that would be a great fight. In the meantime, Canelo can take on whoever he wants, and then the two of them will get together in a fall.
But at the same time, to be devil's advocate, Triple G has got the obligations to HBO, and Danny Jacobs has his own obligation.
The hell with the obligation. You go where the money is.
Yeah.
I mean, Danny Jacobs will make millions of dollars fighting Triple G. I mean, he'd be the real unified middleweight champion of the world if he beats Triple G. You can't get involved in politics with all that to gain. Danny Jacobs could become legendary if he could beat Triple G at Barclays Center on March the 23rd. I mean, he'd be so big, and we'd have to go back to Sugar Ray Robinson to find a middleweight that big if Danny Jacobs could win that fight.
Harold, as always, thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome, David.